we're talking about that and other things. And, you know, I was talking to everyone about whether or not we should play these clips, what the reaction was to some of these clips, because truth be told, like, that was one of the least, for lack of a better word, shocking of the things that he said. There's a lot there, and there's a lot that could be deemed offensive to a lot of people. And so I don't want to necessarily just play everything just for the sake of playing, like, here's Sean calling X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. I don't feel the need to do that. But there were a few things that he said that were, I think, quote unquote, news.
The media's internal hesitation over airing clips of Sean Strickland reveals a rare behind-the-scenes struggle that most fans never see. It's not just about reporting what was said. It's about deciding whether broadcasting that content adds value or simply fuels something more harmful. Journalists are caught in a difficult position where controversial statements generate attention, but also risk amplifying rhetoric that crosses ethical lines. This moment exposes a deeper awareness within the media, not just about the fighters involved, but about the broader impact on audiences. Strickland, in particular, presents a unique challenge because he doesn't just promote fights. He consistently pushes boundaries in ways that force uncomfortable decisions at every level of coverage.
Fourth, and I would say not since Conor Khabib have we seen trash talk that like talked about religion, ethnicities, things of that nature. And so when he's talking about these things, he's saying these things to a guy who like doesn't mess around. He doesn't mess around. He's like Khamzat, like he's not that guy. Not to suggest that Sean is afraid of that, worried about that, anything like that. I just hope that they are truly ready for something very bad to happen next week. And what I mean by very bad, obviously, I'm not talking about like a death or someone getting shot, but like this could get so inflammatory that the fight gets called off. Like there's a brawl, someone gets hurt, who knows?
Drawing comparisons to past rivalries like Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov and the antics of Colby Covington helps frame what's happening here. This goes beyond standard trash talk. It moves into deeply personal territory involving identity, beliefs, and cultural sensitivities. It's not just verbal sparring anymore, it's psychological warfare designed to provoke an emotional reaction. When dealing with someone like Khamzat Chimaev, known for his intensity and loyalty, that kind of approach carries real risk. Concerns about fights being disrupted or conflicts escalating outside the cage are not exaggerated. They are genuine possibilities when emotions are pushed to that level.
Face value here. I'm taking him very seriously. I don't think that he's just saying that for the sake of saying that. Now, is he going to show up to the press conference, you know, packing heat? I don't even know if that's allowed. I'm not sure what the rules are, to be honest. I have no idea what the rules are as far as the UFC is concerned. Do they have something in their contracts that say you can't do that? The state of New Jersey? I don't know. But Pete, when you hear that, what do you think? Do you think is that just Sean holding court and it's open mic night? You know he loves these moments, right? Let me tell you something, you guys. Come on, guys, let's be honest. I'm taking him seriously there, and I'd like to think that the UFC is as well.
When analysts say that Sean Strickland should be taken seriously, it highlights something deeper than just promotion. There's a belief that his words reflect real conviction, not just performance. That changes how everything is perceived, from fan reactions to organizational responsibility. It raises uncomfortable questions about how far is too far, especially when hypothetical threats or extreme language enter the conversation. The idea that organizations like the Ultimate Fighting Championship might need to step in more seriously shows how blurred the line has become between entertainment and real-world consequences.
That's different kind of trash talk. That's different type of discourse that we usually hear before a fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it does. Like, you're right to correlate it to McGregor and Khabib because there was that kind of chatter around that event too. There was shots at culture and things like this. The problem is, what you're saying is true. Like, I'm taking him at face value. But what you're doing now is it's escalating to like a game of chicken between these two guys. Like, he's saying, like, I'm gonna have my gun. If you come up on me, I'm gonna have my gun. Chimaev seems to me like the type of guy to be like, do you think I'd be afraid of that? Like, do you want me to go and do that? So it is kind of escalating things before we've even got to fight week to the point where if you're the UFC, you'd have to be thinking about, like, is it...
The game of chicken dynamic perfectly captures what's unfolding between Sean Strickland and Khamzat Chimaev. Strickland appears to be deliberately pushing boundaries, fully aware of Chimaev's reputation for explosive reactions, almost daring him to respond. This isn't about building hype through competitive respect, it's about forcing an emotional breaking point. From the promotion's perspective, this creates a serious logistical challenge. Managing two fighters who are actively trying to provoke each other into a real confrontation outside the cage becomes a high-risk situation. It's no longer just about selling a fight. It's about preventing it from spilling over into something far more serious before